Decembar mesec bio je turbulentan za ženski rukomet u Srbiji. Reprezentacija je završila kao 21. u poretku 24 reprezentacije u Evropi i to je dovelo do korenitih promjena. Više nema Uroša Bregara na klupi reprezentacije, a Rukometni savez Srbije odlučio je da napravi određene promjene pozivanjem Andreja Lekić, Dragane Cvijić, Katarine Tomašević i Katarine Krpeš-Lezak da se vrate u reprezentaciju. Međutim, one ne bi mogli biti same bez čoveka koji će voditi taj nacionalni tim. Slovo je spalo na Benta DAL-a. Bent DAL je norveški stručnjak, čovek koji ima 54 godine, nekada selektor reprezentacije Češke, trener Vlče i nekoliko drugih klubova, čovek koji je radio gotovo 15 godina u mlađim kategorijama Norveške federacije, a sada je tu u Beogradu iskoristio priliku da razgovara sa nama i da govori za televiziju Arena Sport. Bent DAL, you said to me that this is not your first time here in Belgrade.
No, but as I also said that I only see the airport and hotel and some arenas and go away again. But so I'm looking forward to have the possibility to see a little bit more.
When I start thinking about this interview and how to start this, I realize that I think that the best question is, what Bent DAL doing in Serbia? In Serbian handball. What is your first goal?
First goal is to beat Slovenia and go to the World Championship for sure. But the question why? I always also ask myself about this. Why you are here, why you take the Czech national team, why you were in Italy, why you have been in Russia, all these things. But for me it's one thing, culture, motivation and curiosity. For me, when you're talking about Serbia, it's not just about handball, but the passion and the fascination of sport. It's something I'm very curious. And of course, I know a lot about the Serbian girls who are playing abroad. So I know a little bit about this, and you know, I like challenge.
This curiosity is something interesting for one coach, but probably you know that Serbia didn't have great results in the recent years. These games against Slovenia is the most important for women's handball in Serbia. How you see those games with Andreja Lekić, Dragana Cvijić, Krpeš-Lezak, Katarina Tomašević, who will bring back in the Serbian national team?
Of course it will be a huge challenge because, as you said, we have been as a handball on women's side in Serbia a little bit down, but it's also a big potential. But in these matches, Slovenia was maybe one of the toughest draw you could have for this Mondial. But but for me, that's, you know, it's even more motivation to take it. And you said you bring back some living legend back, but it's not just about them. I think also the positive things that they can go a little bit in front and put a little bit away the pressure from the young girls.
Is this the first step to push other guys, youth national team girls, to the first team?
I hope. Because my mentality and my goals for the future, this is a short-term contract, but if we can have a long-time cooperation, it will be my first task to start to push them from the bottom. And I said bottom, the cadet junior national team players, that they can see it's also potential for them to be like Andreja Lekić, you know, the new Andreja Lekić. You can find maybe not in the same, but on the same level kind of players. They need to dream big, and they also need to have this motivation because, you know, children and young people in 2025, they have so many things to do. That's why we need to be, how to say, guide them in the right direction and give them the right motivation.
You mentioned this short-term contract. To be honest to our public, it's some kind of 4 months contract, just because of the games against Slovenia. But My opinion is that you really believes in the Serbian national team. You signed these contracts.
Yes, of course. If not, I will not sit here and talk with you, because I always see something inside. And a lot of people ask me this question. Yeah, but Bent, why? You could sign for other teams or other national teams. Yes, but for me, I like to take some challenge, but I also like to go into some materials that we can push. And now I push myself, as you said. It's a very short time. What can we do in this short time to win this game against Slovenia? I hope and I believe that it's possible. If not, then I'm the wrong guy.
As a national team coach of Czech Republic in December, last December 2004, you beat Serbian national team.
Yeah.
But in the preparation for this game, what did you see about this team which take lead by Uroš Breker?
Yeah, I saw a lot of potential, but I also saw that there were lack of something like experience and some part of the games that, you know, I was not so afraid of, to be honest, in this tournament in the Euro about this, because my mindset is to run a lot, to have a tempo in the game, and that was not the issue in Euro. But we will see if I can implement what I believe in this kind of handball, because they have systems, they have player with quality, they have size, they have muscles, and also players, even when they are young, they also have some good experience from the professional leagues in Europe. So,
do you have some kind of secret for preparation this game against Serbia? Or
no.
Not?
No secrets. Everybody can come and see my trainings, but I hope we can bring something in that team that they start to believe that it's possible to win. Because, okay, the secret, it's maybe in the trainings, but everybody can see, but nobody can be in my head. So I hope we can put something inside that, yeah, we can change a little bit about what you saw in December.
When we saw your national team, Czech Republic, when you were coach for 2 years, if I'm right?
Yeah, 2.5.
Two and a half, yeah. And this great achievement on the World Championship, top 8. It's the biggest achievement of Czech Republic national team for women's. But I would like to ask you, when we saw this kind of, how to say, boring championship with Norway, France, Denmark, probably 4 countries, what you will say about the future of handball?
Yeah, if you see that, it's not so bright, but I believe still that other countries can see their potential, because it's now why Norway, Denmark and France is still on the top is because of the, how to say, their systems of physical trainings, what they always have in focus, what the priority of women handball. I think that's the advantage, because a lot of others, they just speak, they are not doing. So for me, it's to try to, you know, to have an open minder and open their eyes that everything is possible. But everything is also based on strategy, long-term cooperation. You know, you mentioned Norway. Last 30, 40 years, they have 2 coaches.
Yeah, Marit Breivik and Thorir. Yeah.
And that's say a lot. And it's not just there, but it's also in the younger categories. They stay with the coaches. They believe that, you know, to have this continue work, it's the best, and they believe on the teamwork. You know, it's not the only head coach. You have so many members in your staff who also need to believe that we can be better, because it's not about me. It's about a lot of people.
In the early years of your coaching career, you took part of Norway Youth System for Women. So tell us a little bit more about the system of Norway women's national team.
Yeah, in the big picture, I worked 15 years, and I was lucky, but I also think that's my working ethic was something they appreciate. So for me, it was that we have to say that it's my early, I was starting in the federation when I was 23 years old as a coach. So it was early. But we start with this long-term mindset. You know, the Olympic champions in the summer, you know, Stine Bredal Oftedal and all these girls, they are born in 1991. Mm-hmm. This generation, we start when they were 14, 15 years old. I have the men's side at that moment. I start with the boys, and they start with the girls. And we have this, I say we, but in the Norwegian Federation, that they have a 10 years project mentality, from 15 to 25.
Because and then you from are not 25 to go around.
Yes, because you are not ready. When you are finished junior national team, you are not ready for the senior level. So you need even more 4 years to maybe be part of something bigger. But the strategy is to learn to train, to be part of. You need to understand why you are doing this. And that's why they integrate this learning principle already when you are 15, step by step. So they have the same philosophy of the physical training. They have, you know, they have full employed physical coaches for seniors, but they also have on the junior level. And they have this kind of, you know, pyramid. So they start, but everybody need to go the same way, regional and national.
Could we implement this kind of faster handball in Serbia or on the Balkans?
Yes, you can.
How?
Because that's a good question. But first of all, we need to put our fingers down and see what is the good with Serbian handball, not the problem in Serbian handball. Because everybody starts always with the problems.
With the good performance of Serbian national team.
I always want to see. Okay, what is the good thing here? Then we put, okay, we have some challenge, yes, and then we need to start step by step, because the Serbian handball is not Norwegian handball.
Yes, of course.
So for me, it's not that, you know, I am now in Serbia and I bring all, you know, the handball things from Norway and put inside here. It will be catastrophe, you know. Cannot, it will be...
Did you already identify?
It will be a short-time contract.
Did you already identify these positive things of Serbian handball?
Yes, because you are a nation with so strong, as I said before the interview also, about this mentality. You have so strong belief that you can win everything. And the sport culture in the nation is so strong that you have this from the childhood. But also it's a lot of talents. But you need to understand that it's somebody. You cannot just, okay, we don't have this, we don't have this. Yes, but you have something. We start, and back to these things. Maybe we can integrate a little bit better, not better, but change the mindset about physical training and how we are training physical training. Because you are talking about the Balkan and the style, always good with the ball, but totally different mindset about the physical part of it. So you see the benefit of, you mentioned Norway, France, Denmark again, and also Sweden I will put in this. They have the same, and also Germany, they have the same kind of mindset when the new settings for physical training is totally different. So if you want to have this fast sprint speed handball, you also need to train specific. This is important to try to find this balance, but this is not a quick fix. That's why I said you need to learn to train and you need to understand. That's why Norway always said 10 years. Mm-hmm. From you come into the cadets to maybe you are so lucky that you are in the senior national team.
So on the other side, how to create defense to defend as well as probably Iceland on this World Cup?
Yeah. Of course, defense, it's about technique, tactic, but also mindset, motivation, and how to say, the will to work hard.
And probably some kind of team spirit.
Yeah. And that's something you always have in the Balkan blood. You know, you fight to the end, and these things also the Scandinavian teams can learn a lot about. So that's why I said you need to you start with what you have, and then we can start to put what you don't have. You understand? So
probably it's too early to ask this kind of question, but I would like to ask you how you see the Serbian national team in defense. Is this classic 6-0 with probably second and fifth in front of them, or you would like to change something?
What I want to change is that, of course, I have my mindset how I want them to play, but for me also, after so many years now outside, from the, how to say, the old basic 6-0 Swedish mindset with, you know, everything inside and, you know, but to be more individual, but you need to have systems. You need to trust that we have a system that we can help each other. This is, how to say, it's not, that's my answer, but, you know, technical things and individual things we can fix. But when we also have some of the experienced players, they also have some experience from abroad to bring back to the players. So to mix it, I think, because yes, a lot of before you have 3-1
yes,
kind of in the Balkans, everybody play outside.
To be honest, I didn't see in women's handball for a long time that one team played 3-1 defense.
No.
Why?
But now I think that's a general things in handball, also in the men's and women handball. You know, the typical 6-0, typical 3-1, typical 5-1, it's disappearing, you know. For example, in France handball, they don't talk about this anymore. They don't talk about 4-2. No, they're talking about how we can manage to play the defense. And if you play pressure 3-3 or what, but they don't have a number anymore. So they work with this tactical choice, learn to follow, and you know this is the hardest thing to adapt in every matches. And you know. But for me, it's always to have some ground principle to start in 6-0 with some clear roles, and then you slowly go out and have high pressure with some, I call it blitz, but when your number 2 and number 5 can come from the blind side to tackle and all
make
these.
A foul
yes.
Stop the action from the other side.
Yes, that's very important that we have players who can read. And also find, how to say, the players who are good in their roles. But the first I wanted to implement now, it's to have two-way players. You know, to not change too much, because in the international handball now it's hard to change players, because my philosophy also, I want to punish the opponent if they change players.
So fast break and first attack, first wave of attack.
Yeah, fast throw off, second wave, first wave. It's always in focus.
How could you rate your period as a national team coach of Czech Republic, and what you learned from them? Could you implement something in your work?
Yes. I'm very proud that we could, even in a short term, because 2.5 years is very short. If we see the World Championship, that we get 8th position, that we start to see again that the girls believe that they can do something. We played against top nations like Norway, Denmark, Holland in the before we go to the World Championship, and we learn a lot, because they were looking at them like, you know, goddings, that this is impossible to play against. But that was our best learning, and slowly we start also to play very good handball with speed together, and we end up 8th. And maybe the best achievement was that we were also close to go to the Olympic in Paris. You know, that has been a little bit too much. But anyway, that was good.
Probably in the recent years, it's mission impossible for Czech Republic. Probably.
Probably, yeah. In Euro, we, you know, we were a small team, so we were dependent on some of the key players. When We know that Yarbakova was pregnant and she played in Euro pregnant. You know, it's not the same level that she was 1 year before. We have some of the key players who were injured. We need to change, but we didn't have. So that I hope we can do something with in Serbia, that we have a little bit more players to take inside. And then it's more also easier to play my type of handball, I think.
Do you think, and how you see the situation about talking with the youth team coaches in Serbia? Did you already spoke with them?
No, yeah, I know some of them, but this is something we need to discuss in the federation if they want to have a long-term cooperation with me, because at the moment, I need to be honest, I only think about Slovenia.
Okay, how to beat them?
First of all, I need to meet everybody that I feel that we can do it. As I said, we bring back some experienced players. We also need that some of the key players from Euro will continue their way. And I think, you know, it will be two very tight and very tough matches because, you know, Slovenia have also changed a little bit the players.
A little bit?
A little bit.
I don't agree with you. 8 players. It's not a little bit.
Yeah.
I
know. But
it's a joke, sorry, but
yeah. You're right. But I think it's a potential to win. But they also have players like Stanko, you know, Omoregi, who have played now on top level for many years to be part of it, and they are still not old ladies. So
but Slovenia showed to the Europe or the world that they can develop younger players to the national team.
They can. So then it's a good picture that why should not we do the same? Because we have the same potential, or even more.
I would like to ask you: did you already learn some Serbian words?
Some small words, but
you have time to
dobro, vala, all these, but small, just this phrase, but not too much. But if I'm sitting with some friends, of course I recognize. But
and did you already spoke with the girls or some of the girls?
Some of the girls I have, because some of them I have met, some of them I have in my team, and for example Andrea Lekic I have good communication with. So yes, and
what she said.
She was happy to be back in the national team, and she also looking forward to have a good cooperation with me, and that was also one of the good reasons to say yes. So
I would like to ask you for the end, as part of this TV station who really loves this sport, we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Really in our sport and in our country, in our national team, and I would like to talking about our handball after you beat Slovenia.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.